college students have persevered, narrowly defeating a zombie baboon in the Pinebox Cemetery. Cleaned up your various cuts and scrapes and wounds and injuries, and enjoying a pizza. When you get home, Erica's truck is not there. You push the front door open, and while it opens pretty freely, it feels like there's something blocking the front door as you push the door open. You put a little more shoulder into it, and it opens, and it looks like a pair of slippers are caught under the bottom of the door, as if they were blocking the door when you opened it up. And you turn the lights on, and it looks like all along the wall in front of the door, of course, you cleared the door sweep area, that wedge-shaped area of all the things that were blocking the door. It looks like all along the wall, every pair of boot, shoes, slippers, flip-flops, and sandals have been arrayed in a row along the front wall of your house. And it looks like some of the shoes were in front of the door too, and you sort of pushed them out of the way. Some of these shoes, it occurs to you, were packed away in suitcases, haversacks, um, other types of luggage as you are preparing to return home. But yeah, we'll say that there are probably, let's see, 4 of you, 5 of you. There are more than 24, 25 pairs of footwear, all arrayed in pairs, all along this front wall.
Oh my goodness.
Only 25?
Only 25.
I mean, we are talking about Erica here.
Yeah,
You know she has more than 3 pairs of boots.
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
that would be Mir. Mir probably has a collection
yeah.
of a ton of
Nice
different shoes.
polished
Those
loafers.
The man has the master bedroom
Yeah,
with a
Yep.
walk-in closet.
shiny black loafers, tan loafers, brown loafers. Yeah, probably more like 30 pairs of shoes, footwear.
I was about to say we're doing
Yeah,
some
right.
Imelda stuff here with shoes.
We'll say there's even
That's
there's even a pair of flippers that you guys keep for no apparent reason. For when you go to the reservoir or something
never
like
know.
that. So we'll count.
why are all of our shoes at the door?
They're all in a line. It starts at one corner of the front. Remember where the rainbow flag was hanging, like from
Mm-hmm.
the curtain rod across, kind of above the front door, but across the front door, and then up connected to one of the little alarm system speakers. It's kind of that whole front area.
Yeah.
The front door is kind of right in the middle, so it's from the living room across the front door area to the dining room. Every pair of
What in
shoes.
the world?
Some of them that were packed.
Shep, what in the bad juju is going on here?
I don't know. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, are Erica's shoes actually out too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring cleaning?
Um,
Hmm? No, why would someone be spring cleaning all of our stuff and only shoes?
Spring cleaning in December.
I mean, maybe things are
I
different in
packed these
Texas.
shoes to go back home.
Hey, 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 get that dog away from my loafers. Mir starts to gather up his pairs of shoes. I had these
you,
packed. Which one of you went into my luggage?
we were with you. And
Right?
by the way,
The
Rocco's
whole time.
take his loafers to him, Rocco.
Rocco's tail
Take his
wag.
loafers.
Rocco's tail wags.
See, Potato, look at your new house. You're gonna have a good time. Don't eat any of these shoes, Potato. Don't do it. They're not for chewing. I will buy you things to chew on.
I just can't wait to see you take Potato home.
Uh, all these
Um,
shoes.
I'm just looking around and I go, dang.
It's like what is going on? It's just there's some weird shenanigans happening. First, I was assaulted by cereal. And then we had some rainbow flags. Also, Erica's horseshoe was turned upside down.
There were, in
She
fact,
didn't like that.
8 horseshoes.
She didn't like her horseshoes being messed with. And now someone has put our shoes all over the door and all across this. We need. Do we need to exercise our house?
And in fact, Sophia also had an art project, oddly, temporarily, turned entirely into shades of green and then back to the
Yeah,
native
that's
colors.
right.
I had to do a lot of unnecessary work on that to fix it, and then it just kind of turned itself back to normal a little later. That was a waste of an afternoon.
uh, I think perhaps do you think that we should talk to the father at the church about this, because these are weird and I don't want weird spirits following me around, guys.
We have holy water, some holy water left. I can just spray around the house.
I have a new son to take care of now, so this is unacceptable.
We must cleanse the house for your son.
Potato must be
What?
protected at all costs.
Potato sniffing and going around in a circle.
Nope,
I think
nope,
potato
no,
needs to go
potato.
outside.
We're gonna pick that boy up real quick and go outside. The potato, Fleetfoot activated.
He licks your face. He licks your face as you take him outside. Right in the nick of time. It would seem.
Yeah.
I'd like to use my occult for my ritualism and just see if I can think of anything that I would have studied or been told that could correspond with some of this stuff.
Not only is that good for a Benny, I'd like you to make an occult roll.
Now, I used to have an occult on here, but now it just says ritualism occult. Is that good enough?
Yeah. I think with Suede, ritualism became a cult.
Okay.
I think a cult is the natural skill, and as I encounter ritualism, I just turn it into a cult. Okay, that's a really good roll.
Wow.
It occurs to you that these happenstances, these occurrences, are very much in line with poltergeists. First and foremost in your memory is the fact that at Lisa Gray, the attorney's house, she had a china closet, a china cabinet in her front entry dining room, and one of the shelves had all sorts of like little figurines, little Hummels, little glass fairies, a few stylized animals. And you remember how they all ended up in Marissa's bedroom, kind of underneath some stuffed animals in her closet? There was also the time when you went, and this is when you met Anna Rodriguez's daughter, ex-husband.
Yeah.
At the time they were married, but you met the ex-husband who is now dead. I think he burned to death in a car accident. I think he ran.
Oh,
I think he ran his car into the side of a bar or something.
Yes.
Think-
Something right after Sophia decided to burn something.
What do you mean? We weren't even there.
Sophia's like that meme of that little girl smiling at the camera, and there's a house in flames
Yep.
behind. Yeah,
That's the one. That's the one.
you know, they said they'd ground me, or something like that. But you remember there were just odd things that were moving all by themselves. I think someone was stuck by a spirit swarm of of plates and cutlery. They were picked up and moved of their own volition. They were being thrown at you. That's kind of what it reminds you of. A restless spirit looking to move things, to reposition things to their liking. You also think, because of the wide and varied array and assortment of things that have been affected, you think that there might be a message somehow hidden in the affectation.
Can I use my psychically sensitive to try to communicate?
You can. You can make a spirit roll first.
Okay.
I'm going to open up the.
Do I do the +2 to the spirit roll or no?
No. Straight up roll.
Okay.
Okay. That was to summon your Tante, and she appears. I'm looking to. I guess I have a map. Yeah. Ha. I'm going to make sure I grab the one that Rosalie did. I think this might be the one that I used. Was this the one that we used for the fight with Hector Martin and Erwin Rabinowitz? I think so, because there's the window that was
Yeah, that's
fired
the
out
one.
of. There's even
Mhm.
seems to be an arrow.
Yeah, top left
An
was where all
arrow
the
there.
action happened. It was the top left hand corner.
Menu, add PCs, add, delete from tracker, add tracker.
A
Action
Ouija
card.
board.
I owned that exact one.
I feel
I don't
like
remember who got it for me, but I never
that,
used it.
that was at your mom's house, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that box.
I've
I
seen
was
that too,
looking for
except
that exact box, the glow in the dark one.
Oh my god, please.
except I was introduced to it in 4th grade because somebody brought it to school to play during when we
Oh
had too
man.
much rain and had to be stuck inside.
All right, yeah,
I
you
love
guys are there.
that.
Mir's making sure all of his loafers are packed away or up on a shelf where they can't get potatoed.
after Potato has done his business, I will go and collect my own shoes, put them away, and try and get him to follow me around the house. Come on, Potato. Come on. Vámonos, Potato. Vámonos.
Make a
Let's
note.
go.
Make a notice roll.
This dog about to be bilingual.
Don't you mean trilingual?
Bilingual. Oh, that was awful. Can I can I Benny that?
You
Sure.
sure can.
I have one Benny. Yay! Yay! I forgot I have a negative one.
We've had a long day.
Right next to a
Night.
pair. Right next to a pair of like docksiders that you picked up that you wear is a pair of Erica's boots, and these are her sort of
Huh?
second favorite boots. And she had worn them. You know that she had got them pretty scuffed up last time she was out and about. And it occurs to
Mm.
you, you saw her coming in, and maybe she came in off the rodeo circuit. She was wearing them.
Mm.
They seem to have been polished to a scuff-free, highly sheened finish. And you
Oh.
know the last time you saw them in her room, kind of like next to her door, they were still needing some gentle attention. That makes
Huh.
sense.
Did any of you guys clean Erica's shoes?
I don't go into Erica's room.
The
Huh.
last time somebody said that she needed shoe polishing, her boots polished, she mentioned something about that's not how real cowboys do it and kicked rocks at them. So no.
Um, these, huh? These shoes are quite polished. They're quite well cleaned.
Are they
That's
all
kind
like
of weird.
that?
Are mine like that? Are theirs like that?
Now that you mention it, they've all been cared for, except for like sandals and the swim flippers and the slippers. But I would say each of you has a pair or two that have been polished. Now, mirrors, of course, are always impeccable and in no need of care. In fact, he
True.
probably has like that little uh, shoe shine box. It's like
Right.
looks like a little wooden house with a handle, and the flaps of the roof open up, and he's got like an array of various
Ah, man.
polishes and brushes
I
and
bet he's got some Brasso
soft
over there.
cloth. But sure,
So,
you've got some stuff that's been cared for.
So the shoes are all clean. Well, this if we're haunted by a ghost, it's quite a clean one.
Weird and unexpected, but I don't mind it.
Listen,
Um,
ghost, if you're out there, we're not trying to hurt anybody. You know, we're just here. We're just trying to live. We're just trying to go to school. Please
mm,
so
don't hurt
mm,
us.
mon petit
Is it
chou, mon
is it
petit
bad
chou.
that
Counting shoes, are you?
yes,
Are you counting shoes, mon petit chou?
no, Tante. Uh, Apparently, we have a spirit that is trying to get our attention. Have you noticed them?
Here,
And of course, this
potato.
would all be in like Creole.
No, mon petit chou.
Huh.
Hmm.
I have not.
They don't seem to want us harm, but they do seem to be trying to tell us something. So maybe with your help, we can get them to talk to us.
She looks left. She looks right. She hovers, moves to like the sort of that area of the center of the room. She looks left and right again and says, "I sense no spirit here."
Hmm. And I just go, no spirit. I don't think we have a house elf. So, hmm. Can you keep an eye out for me, Tante? And if you feel their presence, to let me know?
Yes, but as you know, I am only on this plane of
True,
existence when we are interacting.
true. Well, how about this? And I'm just going to, in English, trying to use my psychically sensitive and just kind of spirit. I know you have been here, and um, polishing the shoes was nice and all. It just feels like you need our help. What do you need?
All three of you can make a smarts roll.
Mm. Smarts. Oh goodness gracious, y'all! I'm tired. I can't roll nothing right. I'm gonna take potato with me and just go take a nap apparently on the couch because I am fatigued. Cause I done fell off of a of a fence.
Hmm.
I've been gashed up real bad. No, you know what? A
Please
shower.
lay
Let's do that.
down.
Gashed
Let's go
and
take a shower.
slashed. Sophia, let me see a smarts roll.
Okay. I'm smart.
Hmm.
Where is
Um,
there a bathroom right over here?
I will okay that movement.
Going to the bathroom. We're taking a shower. Come on, potato.
Um, Shep and Sophia, there was another odd occurrence that you had forgotten about.
Cereal.
Okay, another one besides that. That was the yeah. There was an odd occurrence. It had to do with a book.
Horseshoes.
It had to do with a book. You already mentioned that one.
Oh,
A
book.
book.
The weird book I gave Shep?
Nope.
I,
I'll tell you if you remember.
Hmm.
You both agree it had to do with a book.
hmm.
You don't remember who it
Let's
was,
see.
but which one of you, including Erica and Mir and Rocco?
Me think harder. What? I saw
Yeah.
two threes.
I mean, this is really not this is not something that the dice are going to
Oh
determine.
my
This is
I know,
this
but the
is
pennies are there, so why not?
Book.
I'm just
Okay,
thinking in
so
circles now. Notebook?
we I found a book at the one house, but I think we gave that up.
Mhm. Right. And in the basement of Frank Mann's, who was
Yeah.
indeed a Nazi doctor that had fled and was hiding in Pinebox for the rest of his 97 years or something like that. You don't think it had
Yep.
anything to do with that?
Then there was. See, I'm getting some stuff mixed up because I'm also remembering bits and pieces from our freshman year. Um,
Tante asks you if you have yet reached the 19th hour of the 19th day of the ninth month of your 19th year.
okay, well, we are. I would.
Is it your birthday?
No?
That's what I'm trying to think of because he would have turned 19 when he was a sophomore.
Oh, true.
Don't think we
Um,
celebrated birthdays yet.
so I'm trying to think.
I think I know what book it is, but I can't say because I went to take a shower.
Hold on.
Oh, Ava, you can. This will be a conversation that may be ongoing, so I have no
So
compunction about
I
you.
would say yes because for some reason I'm picturing Shep as being born in
His birthday.
March.
Uh, it's not the Creighton book, is it?
No, Creighton's Compendium. No,
Okay, then never mind.
although that is very much on the foremost of your memory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just
I
because of
have
its
the.
recentness.
I remember the diary that was taken from us when we picked up stuff from the police station,
Yeah, there were 3
and
books that had been found in
and the
Frank Manz's house.
yeah, they had the hieroglyphics, the one we never opened because we thought it was cursed.
Hmm. Yep.
I think is that the one?
Nope.
No.
Now, does this have anything to do with my um, precog with the girl?
No.
Okay.
I
I'm trying to.
I feel like there was some kind of book involved with what was it? The picture we got with all those old people who aren't I guess old, but I might
Yeah,
You
be
that
mean
was
remembering
you
something.
mean the Pine
thinking
Box
that was like
Protectors?
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
That
I'm
that
trying to
arrived
remember if
that arrived in a Manila envelope.
Okay,
With a
so it
piece of
didn't come
with a
from a yearbook.
it does it would have made a pretty good yearbook picture. just because it seemed to have a professor surrounded by college age students sitting
Yeah, that was the one.
outside on a
Uh,
bench.
I
Maybe.
know the one with all of the people sitting on the bench, and the one of them is technically Jennifer, all the way on the right hand side, the mystery lady. And then I remember one of the ladies that we.
You're getting confused. Jennifer Chapman is not pictured in the picture of the pine box protectors.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the wrong picture. Yeah, that I'm thinking of.
Hmm You're thinking that
Oh,
in Frank
perfect.
Mance's house, there were many pictures of Jennifer Chapman. Um,
Yes.
Anything from in a archaeological dig in Egypt to on the steps of the Capitol building in like the Austin,
Hmm.
and probably like at a restaurant outside where they both look like a little sunburn, like it was an outside um, bar or restaurant.
The only other book I can think of is the comic book that I had with the words in it, but that was long already done with.
Yeah.
Oh, think
And
harder,
the only
Sophia.
other one
Think
I
harder.
can,
Oh
only
yeah,
other
this
one I
is the
can really
picture.
think of
I mean,
is
it's not going
the
to come
one where I
it's not
found.
going to come down to a roll.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this guy, I remember the guy that we this guy's book. We got his book.
Creighton Compendium. Yep.
Yeah. And then one of these girls was uh one that we fought because she was a ghost,
That was
I
Nina
think.
Castle.
Oh, this one. Okay.
She was the ghost that haunted the Roost, that dilapidated athletics center on
She
campus.
haunted me. I remember
Yeah.
this. Visions.
Yes,
It was
I was
weird.
like, someone. She was haunting somebody in our group. That's what I remembered.
It was
Did
me.
we find a book or something at the library?
No, I don't think so.
No, but we did go to the library to see
Oh,
if we could go
freaky.
into the archives
Hmm
for something.
Yep.
And then that Sonia woman is the one in charge of that area.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Judith
Which
Fowler is the one that was in your vision, Shep. The one that you
Okay.
rescued from an enchanted circle
Yeah.
oh,
in that
she's
vision.
the one. Okay. So we've come across this one,
Hmm
this one. We have this guy's book. I don't know anything about Jack Little or Professor Daniels or this unknown person.
Yeah.
This lady's name sounds familiar, but I don't know if we actually came across it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't think of
Okay.
any
You
other
do remember
books.
that had acquired the cross of Friar Della Garza, and because that
Oh,
has the word
Mm-hmm.
oh,
cross in it, you might be getting
Dang,
mixed up with LaCroix.
that's a memory.
Yeah.
that's a memory.
That haunted me
Now,
too.
yeah, that's
I don't
from
remember that.
junior or not junior,
Freshman year.
freshman year, right?
Hmm Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I had the cross on me and I had nightmares for a while.
hmm
Now that
Mm.
year we did get some sort of book,
I
but
had the
we gave
worst
it
luck.
to what's his face.
For free, I will
The
give you that this
Was it
was a very recent
the father?
happenstance that has happened
this one.
quite along that same time period as the pride flags appearing in your
Okay.
home, hung up, arrayed, almost like as one long contiguous rainbow.
And see, I remember that. I
The
just don't
Lucky
remember
Charms
what we were
cereal.
doing.
Yeah, I just remember rituals. I remember the Creighton book. I remember the creepy books we got from the Nazi house. I remember that when we picked up our stuff from the police station, that the diary and the other books that I had
Hmm
were not in my bag anymore.
Yeah.
Um, that that whole section wasn't Nazi segment, was it?
The books in your backpack were.
No, the rainbow flag section.
I mean, that was about the
I
same
don't remember.
time period. These events are, of course, interspersed along with other things.
Yeah, I just don't remember if it was before or after. Because I was trying to keep notes of the magical things that were happening to us,
Mm-hmm.
but I have up to the pride flags
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that I was writing down.
Okay. It's really neither here nor there. Ava, when you want to go to the before show, the Let's Hobnob with the movers and shakers of Pinebox at the Pinebox Grande Cinema, what would you like to do with Potato? You could try to put him in the bathtub, but he would probably jump out.
Oh no, I will ask Senora Millie if she will dog sit for me.
Senora Millie is off for the month because final exams have occurred. So the library is not closed down, but there are not students taking books off the shelves and requiring her to be there to pick them up and
Okay.
organize them.
Um, we know a couple people, right? Oh, what about the kids at the D&D table?
There were books there, I'm
You
oh,
know,
sure.
why not?
they're students too, although
What's her name?
the DM probably lives in that house, rents it kind of like the way that you do. Kenneth Manning may have gone away.
What about the kids?
Lisa Gray?
Yeah, I mean they adopted a puppy too
They did.
from
That's
the same place.
that's good for a Benny.
I will call Lisa Gray and see if I can uh
Yes, that's a
uh
splendid idea.
do that. They can have a puppy play date.
Yes.
Please take care of Potato.
Oh, what was the name of their dog? Cooper. Cooper,
Cooper.
the Australian Shepherd mix. He would love to have a play date. Am I going to see you at the cinema? Lisa wants to know.
Oh, we are going to the cinema, I believe. Me and my friends, which is why I need someone to watch over Potato here. Me and my friends, the ones that you've met. We all live together in a house that we rent.
Very good. I've shared the cinema. Um, we fast forward unless there's other uh, pressing business that we need to take care of.
Uh,
Assuming
is
you
my
all
fatigue gone?
sure, we can call that taken care of.
Oh boy, I see that map loading in.
Oh, one question before Erica got back: did we fix it? Put her boots back in her room?
I don't know. Did you?
I would hope so. I would have
Oh, that's
definitely
a
gone
lot of
around.
people.
I would have gone around trying to put shoes like at least at the doorway
Okay.
because I don't know where they keep them.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Look, look at that! Look at all
So
these
you are all
people.
at the Pinebox Grand Cinema, the seating area where the movie is going to be shown, the Wizard of Oz, which was
Yes.
first shown here in 1939. The people are not occupying the theater at this point. I just had to have them put in place. But this is just to give you an idea of the layout. You are all in that sort of gray area being served by the four people behind the counter, and that whole sort of blue area right around it. So I guess I can. Oh, let's see. I think I can draw like a. Can I draw a square? I thought I could draw like
A
drawing,
square.
enter drawing
There is
mode.
a little drawing, and you can just scribble.
You know, kind of like this whole area here is sort of set up with um, tables that 2 or 3 people could stand at. They're kind of tall, tables where you would put your
Oh,
drink
okay.
down. There's some people are coming around. People that work at the cinema are here early because they're dressed in their movie theater attire for serving popcorn and stuff. They're bringing trays of
Mm.
hors d'oeuvres around. The movers and the shakers are here. You do see the guy that owns the movie theater, Gregory Dale. Jennifer Chapman is here, that raven haired. I want to call her a raven haired beauty, but she's a little bit older than the pictures would suggest. She's just a little bit thicker and a little more tired around the eyes, if you will, but still unmistakably the woman in many of the pictures in the Nazi doctor's um, house. Sarah Tinsley is there. She is the leader of the Association of Pine Box Business Owners, or APBO. She is the one that had the big check at the ASPCA fundraiser. Jim McMurray is there, the auto repair guy. Bring me your dings. I imagine when you walk into the room, his is the voice that carries the farthest. He's kind of a boisterous kind of guy. Jason Hess is there. Sort of looks like a Grateful Dead fan. Long
Mm.
gray hair, parted in the middle, round glasses. He's probably not dressed as nicely as some of the other people who have really pulled out all the stops, getting dressed up. Um, and yeah,
Dang.
do you
So
all
fancy.
recall? Have you been to Pine Box Pawn? Not Fork It Up Pawn Shop, where Kyle Sibley set you up with the climbing harnesses. That was the pawn shop that had all the stereo equipment and bows and arrows and crossbows and
Yeah.
stuff
I
like that.
think that's
There's a
the only one we've been to.
okay. There's
And the
another.
supremacists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The one time.
That
Never again.
one time. The
Good for a Benny if you want to use it before we um, finish up.
I remember
Because
their
that's important.
tattoos, and I was like, "Oh no, we don't bring business here, friends."
Kyle Sibley gave you very a very fair price on the carabiners and climbing harnesses and nylon rope and other varied sundries that you purchased for that climb.
Yeah, it was weird. But I
Patiently.
don't remember going to any other pawn shop.
Okay.
That was the only one we had gone to. Well,
Hmm.
actually, no. We may have gone to a secondhand store when we bought
Okay.
extra bits for when we did
Yeah, costumes.
um our costumes.
Yeah. Hmm.
So that I do remember. We were on our way there when poor Frederick was running around almost butt naked.
Poor guy. He was
Mm,
so lucky.
scared to death.
He was so lucky that you had.
That's too much man to see in one time. No. No. Uh, that's I think that is those are the only other places I remember going to. Besides the hospital, the police station, and then campus areas. So
Okay. Well,
pizza bar.
there there was another pawn shop in town. Let's see, I guess I have them under like named all my deviant art folders, named NPCs. Let's see, do I have a his name is Forrester, so it would be an F. Now it jumps from the H to a G. Oh, how untidy of me. Perhaps one didn't make its way over. But that's okay. There was a little odd gnome of a man who looks, the goblins from Harry Potter. How there was one goblin that worked in the bank, and he was seated at like a high chair overlooking the rows
Yeah.
of goblins. He looks like him. He's very ugly. He's got a hooked nose. His
Oh my
ears
god.
sort of are pointed, but not really. I mean, he's not small like those gnomes. He's about your size, Ava. Small
Yeah.
and old, little round glasses. But if you want to sort of visualize in your mind what he looks like that one goblin from Harry Potter, the older one who was,
Oh.
you know,
It,
and he's there talking to some individuals, and you think he's one of the
how odd.
business owners here, but you have a hard time. His name is Forrester Harris, and
Forrester
you're
Harris.
having a hard time putting the name and face to a
Huh.
um, you know who he is.
Such a weird looking little dude.
Yeah,
I want to point him out to the others. Be like, guys, look at that man over there. He's my size.
yeah, he's fun size.
He's fun sized. He's potato sized.
Wait, what? Potato?
No, not potato size. He's my
That's
size.
small.
He's my size.
Okay, okay.
Sarah Tinsley,
uh,
Sarah Tinsley, the leader of the Association of Pine Box Business Owners, is carrying a small envelope in her hand, and you all gave your invitations to the person manning the front door, and we'll say that that Luther is not Luther. Larry
oh.
is with you, Sophia.
Hmm.
He's sporting khakis and a blue blazer. Um,
Larry, I
Fancy.
thought it was Lenny.
now it's got you. All right, all right,
Larry or Lenny?
all right. You get a benefit.
I was almost gonna go with it. Like Larry, yeah,
I
that
was
sounds
like,
about
wait a
right, man.
second,
Yeah,
it's
that sounds
Lenny.
fine.
Would you have would you have thought to invite anybody else? Lisa Gray is also here,
Lisa Gray
but
here.
you had the opportunity to bring two guests, and I know Lenny would be one of them. We can always retro it. Doesn't matter.
Uh,
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I forgot because I remembered that Lenny. It was Lenny, Sophia, and I don't know if we ever had time to really discuss who wanted to be the third
Well, it's all five
because
of you
everybody else
and
had it
two
right.
others. All five of you,
Yeah.
Erica Mir and the three of you, and then two unnamed
Okay,
guests. Larry is well, sorry, Lenny is one of them,
Lenny,
And you're
and
doing it too now.
Lenny,
I just
Lenny,
keep thinking
and
Rocco?
leisure suit Larry. Um,
Rocco.
I mean,
y-
Erica could have invited the pizza delivery guy. So,
yeah,
yeah, about
Horace
that.
Greenbaum. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
okay,
No. I mean, we could
we'll say
invite Lisa Gray if she's, but
she was already
does
invited.
that mean that she's leaving? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she probably got a
No,
babysitter.
yeah.
I just say
Avi
Rocco.
doesn't know anybody.
Yeah,
If Rocco needs a ticket to get in, we
He's
could
well
bring
behaved.
Rocco.
He can get
Mir
his own seat.
Mir says Rocco is guarding my shoes. So
True.
Sarah Tinsley comes up, and she is talking to you, and she says, "Oh, is there anyone here that I can introduce you to?" It looks like you recognize maybe a few of the faces from the fundraiser, but there are others, and you all have interesting stories to tell. I'm sure they'd be delighted to
Mm.
meet you. And she'll point out that Forrester Harris, he is the proprietor, the owner and operator of Pinebox Pawn, the second pine, the second pawn shop in Pine Box, Texas. More of a place where you could go in and find like a ceremonial dagger or some bit of cut glass, like if you wanted a nice set of goblets or wine glasses or old books, pieces of jewelry, fine engagement rings that weren't used and were pawned for cash. Little ceramic pieces of art, little decorative baubles and whatnot. That's how she describes Pine Box Pawn. She says he has an uncanny knack, does Forrester Harris, for almost knowing what it is you're looking for without you even having to tell him.
Oh.
But she says, I have something for the 5 of you. And she hands each of you a small, like an envelope that a little invitation would come in. So I want to say it's about 2 inches by 3 inches, quite small and bright yellow. And she hands one to each of you. It has your first name on it: Erica, Mir, Ava, Sophia, Anakin.
What is
And
this?
and you open it up, and inside is like a stiff plastic sleeve with a little pin inside. It's got like a little gold post with a little bob at the end of it that would screw off, revealing the fact that it's got like a little point. And there is a little stylized raven at the other end. So you imagine it's like a post, it's a pin that you could put through a lapel or through a piece of material or through a hat band. So it's a little stylized raven held
Okay.
to a little stylized gold post, and that post has like a little thing to protect the point that screws on at the end. And also, she gives each of you her business card. You know,
Oh, thank you.
Sarah Tinsley. Um, investment broker, and Associated Pine Box. She says, if you wear this pin in town, um, proprietors or owners will recognize it and treat you fairly if there are those that you have not met.
Oh.
And she gives you each a business card as well, a nice laminated business card that's of good stock, good card stock.
Okay.
I would
Thank
say
you.
each one of these little raven um, designs will have a gem for an eye, and all 5 are different colors.
Ooh.
Yellow, green, red, blue, perhaps clear or something like that.
Ooh. That's really cool.
Hmm. She says there are those here in town that recognize the many services that you have provided, um, both the business owners and um, the citizens, the folks that live in, as they would call it so quaintly, these here parts. And this is just to make sure that you know that your actions, your activities, um, have not gone unnoticed. They have not gone unappreciated.
Ooh.
There's wine, there's beer, um, good wine, finger food.
Ooh, the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, reasonable vintages. Not your you know cheap stuff. Good wine lined up. What would you all like to drink? They have soda and bottled water.
Ava's a goody two shoes, so she'll probably have a Sprite and not any
Okay.
wine.
Chef, how about you? What are you in the mood to drink?
A root beer.
Okay. Sophia?
Wine.
Okay.
Sophia
Um,
over here.
Larry, while you were talking to
Oh, I
Sarah,
hear her.
Larry,
Lenny.
Lenny brings up. I'm doing this on purpose, but Lenny brings up
Lenny.
two very nice flute glasses of wine. Somehow he knew what your favorite was, whether it was a rich,
Look at
deep
that.
cab, or a white zin, or whatever, a chablis. Erica's got 2 beers in her hand. She's drinking one and holding the other.
That's glorious.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
She's walking
What a
around.
lobby.
And there are a few other young people here, but mostly these are the shakers and the movers having very polite conversations. And, Jennifer Chapman
Yeah,
will.
her.
I mean,
I wonder.
she brushes by you a few times, just going to talk to this person or that person.
I look at Sophia and
Mayor
Shep and
Flowers is here, the mayor of
I
Pinebox.
wonder if we should. I wonder if we should approach her because that's the lady from the Nazis' pictures. Do you think that we could get information out of her?
Shep, you have a momentary flash.
Mm.
You
That's cute.
and Sophia and Ava and Erica and Glenn Mac are on a are on like a flat bottom pontoon party boat sort of thing. It's probably about 10 foot by 12 foot. You're on a lake or a reservoir or a wide still river, maybe. You see an island not far from you with an old dilapidated structure, a small uh, cottage, maybe, or a farmhouse. Um, the the shore of this river, lake, reservoir is not a beach. What you're looking at is it's like the water goes right up to the area where the house is, and there are trees that have fallen over because their root system got, they're embedded in wet soil or sand. So there are some toppled over trees. It just looks really dilapidated, and the water is murky, as if there's not a very swift current. You're all in like bathing attire, and you're all wearing various types of swim goggles. Some of you with like the little swim goggles that are like little glasses that go over the eyes. Some of you in the scuba gear masks. That's one big oval over your face. A few of you have swim fins on. There are towels and a few coolers in the pontoon boat, and it looks like there are buoys like bobbing in this murky surface. And Glenn
Mm.
Mack is saying something like, so I've separated this area into a grid-like system to help us search in an orderly and organized fashion. I will pilot the boat. I'm afraid it's going to be up to you uh, to go beneath the surface. And do watch out for crocodiles. Or is it alligators?
Hmm,
It's fresh water. It's alligators, right? Yeah, I think.
I think so.
Or is it crocodiles? Whatever. I mean, he says crocs or something, or reptiles. And it's a sunny day. Few clouds in the sky. And then you flash back, and you're back with your friends drinking your root beer. Erica
Mm.
tries to stifle a belch, but does not succeed.
Whoa, Erica.
That's good.
Be careful that you don't get drunk. I hope you didn't drive here.
Um, Erica has the ability to drink most guys under the table that she
I
drinks with.
believe it.
And
Mm,
and yeah,
sounds
some of the people introduce themselves. You meet the mayor, Mayor Flowers, Butch Anderson, the head of the sheriff's department, is there for a brief amount of time, but looks like he just stopped by. He's in uniform. He stopped by while he was out on patrol working, but did stop by and glad hand, shake a few of the people's hands and wave to others.
so many important people around here.
And a few
That's
of them, want to hear your story, how you're enjoying East Texas University, how you're enjoying Pine Box. Have you gone to the Big Thicket yet? Do you know some of the legends surrounding this area? You do, of course, know some of the stories and the tales about Sam Houston,
is little Ava probably getting overwhelmed by all these people. Too many men. Shying away behind her friends.
Some of
Thinking
the
about
people,
potato back home.
some are having serious business discussions. Some are laughing, and the beer and the wine is flowing, but no one's here to get drunk. They're eating the finger food,
Social
but
drinking.
nobody's here to get full. A few of the people are staying for the movie. Others are not. They have other things to occupy their time with, but they did want to take the opportunity to congratulate um, Gregory Dale for the great job he did. How this place has had new life breathed into it. All the brass fixtures polished to a bright shine. The carpeting had been replaced. It's now that nice, rich red, soft. It's that kind of carpeting in a movie theater that you like to walk on barefoot. It's a little bit
Oh wow.
plush, and the nice
Nice.
old brass things with the cordons hanging from them to help you get in line and stay in line. And of course, the posters are all up. Classic movie posters, old horror pictures, and Gone with the Wind, and of course, The Wizard of Oz. Other famous, Murder on the Orient Express. Those sort of old movies have been carefully restored and framed and hung up. And I think that might be a real good time to call it for session 20.
That is delightful.
20 sessions,
Nice.
and
We're in the theater.
I have not killed anyone yet. Although
Yes.
heaven knows I have.
No, we've not died yet. I'm
You got
getting beat
close
up,
a few
but
times.
Heaven knows
I got beat up, but
Heaven knows I've tried. Um,
sacrifice yourself for a doggo.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
It's worth it.
you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do when a little doggo is involved.
I will say, as the screen sort of as the lens moves back and the scene fades, there are other workers that are sort of moving these tables off to the side and making room for the actual ticket holders that are here to see the movie. They've got to clear out this area because it's the concessions area and the area where you would gather to meet. I'm here to see a movie with my two coworkers, and we're supposed to meet here. It's that expansive tile and carpeted area. So there are people putting things away, and they pass around the tray one more time and say, if you want to refresh your drink, one more time, please do so now. For they're about to open the front doors and you look outside of these beautiful glass doors, with the brass fittings, of course, the handles, and you can see outside that there's quite a crowd lined up outside
Oh boy.
for this grand reopening.